she needs to talk about it, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he was so supportive that it was really nice to see someone support their partner like that.
Yes. Yep. Imagine it quite... Because she would go really coy when talking about sex. She goes really shy, like a teenager.
Yeah.
Not mature about it at all.
Yeah.
And that could be through a lack of education.
Well, I would say it certainly is down to a lack of education, because they didn't want to know about sex before.
They didn't talk about sex.
They didn't talk about sex before. They would barely kiss or hug just in case it led to sex.
Yeah.
And
so of course you're going to be coy. It's like losing your virginity for the first time. Of course you're going to be fucking nervous, and it's probably going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, but like Yasha said, that he feels like because they weren't very intimate in the early stages of their relationship, like dating and everything else, it feels like it's really affected them now, because he doesn't actually know what she enjoys, so he doesn't know how to get her there. And if you find it difficult to talk about sex, then he's never really going to find out.
Like with the other couples, they've had the honeymoon phase where they're having sex like 3 times a day, but this couple are married and have never had that.
Yeah. Well, they're obviously having some sex because, you know, they have a kid.
Oh, no, yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's happening, but,
it's
like...
happening, but it's not happening the way they want it to.
No.
I don't know, you know my views on Christianity and stuff.
Yeah. It's an interesting perspective in the modern age, where everyone and their grandmother's shagging, but you're holding back.
Yeah.
And not necessarily by your own choice, but by the choice of your joint religious beliefs, where maybe you want to do more, but because of your own religious beliefs you're holding back and you don't want to fulfill your considered needs.
I feel like the whole idea of no sex before marriage was when the idea of having sex for pleasure wasn't prominent. People wouldn't talk about it. You had sex for children.
Yeah, you had sex for the reason to have babies.
And that's where no having sex before marriage came from. So I don't think it's a very modern way of thinking, because people do have...
not at all.
Women do have the kind of say-so now as well.
Yeah.
People do have sex for pleasure, and it is very openly talked about now.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like...
It's quite an archaic point of view.
It's old-timey.
Yeah.
Very, very old-timey.
But I mean, like, we're not saying that's a bad thing. If that's your point of view, then fair enough.
You honestly, like do your own thing. Just don't hate yourself or others.
Just don't, like, expect everyone else to kind of fall to it.
Yeah.
But they do have such a loving and sweet relationship.
They do.
Though.
They just click really well together.
They're just lovely.
I do like that. And like, you can see they're happy.
Yeah.
You can see they're really happy.
Outside of the bedroom, they're really happy. But things in the bedroom are affecting them more than I think either of them are realising.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not like with other couples where it's like the arguing's affecting the bedroom. It's the bedroom is making them argue.
Everything else. Yeah.
It's just that because they just are not clueless, obviously, but like
they're not fulfilling each other's needs sexually or fulfilling their best potential to be their partner. Because sex is important in a relationship. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter whether or not you're doing it, but it's still important. Like, the conversations you have around sex, how comfortable you feel with your partner, the intimacy surrounding sex is the important thing about it.
Yeah.
And they obviously don't have that intimacy because they don't know they don't know the language.
Because they were never taught how to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like all good teaching you what to do up until you're married, like making sure that you don't sin and you know you're sticking closely to your beliefs and your faith. But kind of once that's out of the way, that's pretty much where the education stops.
Yeah,
there is nothing past don't have sex.
I'm sure there are like religious sex counsellors who like...
Oh yeah, but it's not it's from what they've literally explained, it's not practiced in the church that they attended.
Yeah.
Not saying it's like that everywhere,
No.
But the church that...
In this particular
instance, in their own experiences, in their own life, it wasn't explained.
No. You can only feel, like, a bit bad for them.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, they've stuck by what they believe. And that's quite... I'm looking for a long word, and it's not coming to my brain.
It's quite respectable.
There we are. Not the word I was looking for, but that will do.
It's a good summary of what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's respectable that they've really stuck by it, and they believe that
They have more will than I have.
same. Like fucking good on them.
Mm.
But now they're suffering.
Yeah. And that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
So, we just watched the last part of Sex Tape episode 4. You had Jake and Eloise.
Yes.
What did you think of their relationship?
Quite standoffish.
Yeah.
Like,
I think their relationship very much mirrors a relationship we saw from the last episode we watched.
which one was that one?
Dan. And...
Yeah, well, do you know what? I liked this bloke more than I liked...
I don't mean him. I mean Eloise.
Oh,
All she did was shout at Jake.
that's very true. Oh, God, no, she did, yeah.
And hit him with a pillow.
Yeah, because he wasn't paying attention. I mean, like, so he was going to work and coming back and not wanting to talk because that's what he does every day, but that's not a very functioning way to live with a partner. But also, like, when he asked to go out, he was having to say, like, well, not a night out, like, not a big thing. And she was
still angry.
Up, and she was just fucked off. She was not having any of it. It's almost like she's giving him no freedom at all.
And she said she'd worried that he would play away and all that stuff. But he'd never done it previously.
He'd never done it, so why would he now?
Because she's self-conscious and
she is
he knows
very
that.
self-conscious.
But that doesn't excuse her semi-abusive behaviour towards him.
It is, though. But she did get embarrassed when she was rewatching it in front of people. She got embarrassed by it, which is a good sign. It's not great.
Not trying to hide her mistakes either.
No, yeah. She's not coming up with an excuse as to why she did it. She was actually looking at it and going like,
I fucked up.
Like she was visibly like really uncomfortable while watching her own actions back.
Yeah. And she had comments to say about how she was behaving, and it was just like,
yeah,
a lot of kind of, I can't believe I did that, I can't believe I said that, kind of grumble, like...
Yes, yeah.
But that still doesn't excuse it in my mind.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Like, the only way you can improve it is if you... if she kind of reflects on that and goes, like, I can't be like that again, because she's embarrassed herself.
Well, like I've said to you before, I think about previous couple on this, if a man was treating a woman like that... People would have a massive fucking... It would be a different problem.
Massively. I think
it'd be he's abusive, he's controlling.
Even with the other couples in the room, you could see they were uncomfortable in the room. But I think if a man treated a woman like that, the people in the room, the other couples, would have had a bit more of an uproar.
Well, like when in the previous episode, when Dan had thrown his corn at Kobe, or I think that's her name, Mike had said in the VT when they were separate that made him annoyed.
Yeah.
But no one said anything about how Eloise was abusing Dan.
No.
And how controlling Dan was being.
Yeah.
I mean, how controlling Eloise was being to Jake.
To Dan. To
Jake. Dan was the other couple.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. But how, like, controlling she was being towards him. Nothing was said. It was all kind of pity for how Eloise was feeling self-conscious.
Yeah.
But that doesn't excuse you to treat someone like that.
Mm-hmm. She's just very demanding.
Watching that made me angry. I'm not going to lie.
The way she treated him made me angry, because it was almost like he's just... Yeah, he's coming home tired, he's not talking much, but I don't think shouting at him and hitting him with a pillow in the face and telling him to fuck off is gonna get the communication...
In front of your child as well.
Oh, I know, I picked up on that. Like, her swearing and her language in front of the kid. Like, everyone swears in front of their child, eventually. But
not that young.
Can you picture, like...
With that amount of aggression?
Yeah.
If it was the roles were reversed, this wouldn't have been screened.
No, it wouldn't have been.
It's a tricky situation. And also the fact that she had sex with her clothes on. Because of how self-conscious she was.
Because she put on weight after the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not healthy.
No.
And being self-conscious is fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation to be in.
Very.
And feeling like your partner doesn't find you attractive because he isn't saying it enough. Also...
It's not going to prompt her to take her clothes off, though, is it?
No. But I feel like if she was told she was pretty more, then it would be a bit easier for her to feel more confident in herself.
I think so, too. I think if when she was keeping her clothes on, if she was to have a lot more verbal feedback and kind of like...
Like verbal affirmation. Being like, you're gorgeous, you're so pretty, I love
like
your
you're sexy,
thighs.
like that kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, especially like when they're in the mood.
When the mood takes them.
Yeah. Like saying those kind of like things just before they have sex or to get them to that point. Like, it would boost her confidence so much fucking more.
And I also think the fact that she wasn't working didn't help.
No, yeah, for sure.
So she was on maternity leave and she wasn't working because she was looking after her baby.
Yeah.
Which in itself is a job, but wasn't, like, conventionally working.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to work and getting time away from the family life.
Whereas she was stuck in it.
Where she was stuck in it, I think, made her quite jealous, which is why she reacted the way she did when he asked if he could go out.
Yeah, because she couldn't escape as easily as he could. And he's escaping all the time, like in her perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't think being that controlling was
no, that doesn't
help.
That's not healthy at all.
No.
Again, communication. That's what this comes down to again. It seems like all the couples in this show, their biggest problem is communicating, which is a huge problem.
Yeah.
We watched What Happened 3 months later, so I'll just spew the notes. So Eloise got a new job and she lost weight and their sex life has improved, which is good. What are their names? Nana and Yasha stopped blaming the church for their lack of sex and it turned out they just needed more foreplay.
I liked that.
That made me giggle. And with Dan and Rachel, their sex life had improved as well.
Good.
Nothing about their relationships though.
It's called sex tape, mate.
I know. Welcome to where the adverts should be, but because this is an independent project, no one is sponsoring me.